Hi guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at the notes on the neck. Now, the first thing I want to explain is why we're going to be learning this. Now, for a lead guitar player, the notes on the neck are going to be really crucial for you, okay? And to start with, especially the notes on the E and the A string, so the first two strings. And this comes down to essentially the idea that when someone throws you a key and they throw you a backing track which you want to improvise over or play over, you're going to need to know what these notes are called so you can find the right scale or the right chord, for example, if we were doing chords. And that's why it's so important. So we're going to get this knowledge transmitted to you now and then you've kind of got it, and you just got to keep refreshing this, and we're going to do that kind of naturally as we develop through this course. So I'm going to break this down relatively simple, okay? So the first thing you need to remember just generally is that there's 12 notes in music theory, okay? Really simple. Let's start from A because that makes sense. You've got A, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Whew, almost got that wrong. Now, they're your 12 notes, okay? And it's really simple. You'll notice on the guitar that you've got 12 frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, before you hit these double dots, okay? Now, the double dots signify that you're 12 frets down, and then it all starts over again here, okay? So you go through all 12 notes available in Western music, and then afterwards you start them all over again, okay? So that's the kind of basics. Now then, there's two things to kind of bear in mind as we do this. First of all, you need to know what the string is tuned to, because that's going to be a big part of this, okay? So in this instance, the string is tuned to E, okay? We know that because we know elephants and donkeys grow big ears, so E, okay? And A. They're the two strings we're going to be doing, E and A string. Now, because we know that this is tuned to E, let's do E, all we've got to do is take that sequence of notes, A, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, and just go up, but starting from E, okay? So, that brings me on to my next point that is really important to understand. Every single note has a sharp apart from two notes, okay? And those two notes are B and E. So what I want you guys to remember is quite simply a B, so like a buzzing B, okay? So obviously that's spelled B-E-E, but B and E, and that's how we remember that they are the two notes that do not have sharps, okay? B and E do not have sharps. I will say it one more time. So when we get to those notes, the next note will just be the next note up in the alphabet, okay? Otherwise it will be a sharp. Let me just demonstrate, okay? Just in case you're totally lost, let's start here. So we've got E, open string, okay? Now I'm gonna go up 1 fret. Now, we've just talked about the fact that B and E do not have sharps, so I don't go to E sharp, that doesn't exist, okay? I just go to F, because it's the next one up in the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, okay? When I go up 1 more, this is gonna be F sharp, because F does have a sharp, okay? I'm going to go up 1 more, so I'm now to the next letter of the alphabet. I'm on G, okay? Then G sharp. Now, when you get to G sharp, you do not go to the next letter. You don't go to H, okay? That's not here. What is going to be here is A, okay? So after G sharp, you kind of just go back, start from the beginning of the alphabet, okay? So G sharp, A, okay? That's just something you need to remember. Now, then after that, you've got A sharp, then you've got B. Now, we just talked about this. B and E do not have sharps, so after B you go straight to C, okay? Then C sharp, then D, then D sharp, then E. And you can see on that 12th fret, where we've got to now, we've started and ended on E. Okay, so after that it all just starts again. E to F because there's no E sharp, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, and so on, okay? So really, if you can just remember the basic theory that B and E do not have sharps, then you can pretty much work this out on any string, okay? Let's take the A string, okay? So A. The next note up from A is going to be A sharp, then B. It's got no sharp, so straight to C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. E's got no sharp, so we're going to go to F, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And we start and end on A, okay? So if you get all the way up to the 12th fret and you're on a G sharp, you've gone wrong somewhere, okay? Because we know that to the 12th fret should be exactly the same note, just an octave higher. Okay, so 12 notes higher. Now, that's it. Okay, it doesn't get more simple than that. So the main things to remember are just everything's got sharp apart from B and E. Okay, and that we're going to be relating that to the E string and the A string. Okay, now the other thing is that if you come back down the neck, okay, and this is just we're just going to do this for now to keep it simple, okay? But if you come in reverse, instead of saying sharp, you're going to say flat. Think of it as like a flat tire. It's going down, so down the neck in sound. Okay, so this is up the neck in sound and down the neck in sound, okay? So let's just come to this E at the top here. When we go back here, this would be D sharp. Okay, that's what we'd have said if we were going up the neck in sound. But because we're coming back down, it makes sense to, rather than say D sharp, we say E flat. Okay, it's exactly the same note. Don't even worry about it for the moment, okay? It's crazy, I know. It's the same note, but we call it flat. And as we get more advanced, we're going to start to understand more about why we do that. But for the moment, if you're coming down the neck like that, we're just going to think of it as flat. So E, E flat. D. D's the same. Doesn't matter. You know, you can't change that because that's just D. When we go back down one, D, D flat. Okay? C. All right? So it's like that. Remember, the same thing still applies to that E and the B. Because they don't have sharps, it means that when you get to that note, so there's the C, you're not going to go C flat. Okay, that doesn't exist. Just like B sharp doesn't exist. C flat. It's B. These two notes here, B, C, B, C. Okay? So, you know, you use the kind of diagrams as well to make sure that this is really sinking in. But let's just go down that. So E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, same, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, and because there's no E sharp, it means there's no F flat, so we do E. Okay, so with the sharps, I think it's important that that's your first kind of main thing that you remember. You just remember how to do it up in sharps, because certainly initially we're going to come across a lot more sharps than we are flats, okay? But they will pop up, so that's why I want you to know it. I need you to remember it just in the peripherals, so it's there somewhere. But just try that, okay? And as an exercise for you guys, in terms of, apart from just trying to remember that, which is obviously crucial, you need to remember that, I want you to try and just remember certain notes on the E and the A string, okay? This is going to be really important, because obviously, let's say I wanted to get to B. At the opening stages, so when you first start learning, you're going to have to go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B to get to B. And that's fine, that's absolutely fine. I'd much rather you did that than guess where B is, okay? But gradually you want to just be able to go B is there, A is there, G is there, and so on. Okay, this is going to be really important for kind of how quickly you can kind of pick up a solo and start playing and stuff like that, okay? So you can just use the dots. These are why these lovely white beautiful dots are here on the guitar, to help you kind of memorize it like a map. So here's your first task, okay? The 3rd fret, so this dot here, the 5th fret and the 7th fret, these dots, we're going to remember them on the E and the A string. So G, this is G, E, F, F sharp, G. So on the E string, the first dot is G, the 2nd dot is A, and the 3rd dot is B. So we can remember G, A, B, gab, if you want to, G, A, B, okay? Play that back as many times as you want until you've remembered that. Then on the A string, the 3rd fret is C, because we go A sharp, B, C. The 5th fret is D, and the 7th fret is E. So we've got C, D, E. Okay? So, this is your first task. Wrap your noodle around this. G, A, B, C, D, E. That's going to really help you, hopefully, to remember those dots. Okay, so first things first, you know, get familiar with the fact that the sharps are where they are, and the B and E that don't have sharps, and equally reverse in flat. And then just try and actually just learn these notes. Now don't worry, you don't have to go away and spend hours and hours before you come back to the next video learning that. You just need to understand what I'm saying to you and just practice that one bit with the dots, okay? Because that's the bit that's going to be immediately applicable, okay? So have some fun with that. Next time we're going to do a bit more playing, so not as much theory, and we're really going to unlock a really important piece of knowledge on the guitar.